Peace be with you, everyone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Trevor. I'm really excited to bring this video to you today. In this video I'm going to go over my top 5 ways to spend $100 on fragrances this autumn. So the first one is going to be the cheapies list. So you can get 4 fragrances off of FragranceX, which usually I don't shop at because their prices aren't as competitive, but on these 4 particular fragrances they've got the best prices right now. And if you get all of them, you're going to be spending right around $96, I think. I'm going to put the picture of the cart on the screen when I do the editing. So the first one out of these 4 from FragranceX for $100 to get all 4 is going to be Paco Rabanne Ultra Red. This is a discontinued fragrance, but their supply has been available regardless of that, so you can still pick it up for pretty cheap. This is it's got a pretty classic designer Tonka base, so it's not original in that sense, but it is original because it's got a really nice blood orange note at the top and kind of zesty. A little bit youthful, but definitely a really pleasant smell and something that you're going to be able to pick up in this list for under $100. Next up on this cart from FragranceX is going to be Black Steel from Victorinox. I found out about this one from Sebastian, the perfume guy channel. It smells a lot like Dolce & Gabbana's The One if you replace the tobacco with leather. It's got a little bit better performance, around 6 hours, a little bit of coniferous vibes as well with some pine in the base, and it's sweetened up by some almond. It's going for just under $20 on FragranceX right now, so with those two combined you're looking at about $50. And then we've got 2 more coming from FragranceX too. This is going to be Ted Lapidus's Poker Face. This I mentioned in a top 10 November's fragrances list video that I did recently. This is La Nuit de l'Homme with better projection, better longevity, and an added iris note. So real hidden gem, one of my favorites for the fall, regardless of its price. So definitely recommend picking that one up even if you don't want to grab these other 3. And then finally, another hidden gem. This is another discontinued fragrance. The house itself went under during COVID, so the entire stock of their fragrances is available online right now. FragranceX has the best price on it, and this is going to be Robert Talbot, the self-titled fragrance. So Robert Talbot for men. This is only like $16 on FragranceX right now. I've gotten a handful of compliments off of this one. I work at a restaurant as a delivery driver, so the servers and the people at the houses, when I go up to take the delivery, often give me compliments, and this one is no exception. I've gotten like really strong visceral reactions in a good way on this one from the servers at my work, and it smells like a fresher, easier to wear, more mass appealing Terre d'Hermès, and the quality's there. Like the ingredients don't smell synthetic at all, so you're really getting a steal on this one. Real hidden gem. Longevity is not the greatest, but at $16 you could reapply. I mean, if you wanted, you could buy, you know what, 5 of these if you wanted to instead of spend $100. So definitely check that out. You're going to be able to get all 4 of those aforementioned fragrances for under $100 if you go to FragranceX. So my number 2 way to spend $100 is going to go ahead and take a trip over to FragranceNet, and there you're going to be able to get, I've got a recommendation for 2 mid-level fragrances. They're right around $50 each. The first one is going to be a Guerlain L'Homme Ideal Eau de Toilette, the original from the line. You can get this one as a tester with a cap for right around $56. Recommending this one because I'm sure that a lot of people have the Eau de Parfum in their collections, but this one seems to go under the radar a bit. But I don't want to say I like it more, but I like it equally as much, and I think this one's more wearable year-round, and I use this as a signature scent. You can see just how much I've put a dent in it. And coming up next is another one of my signature scents. So for right around like $93, I think, maybe $92, you can get both of these from FragranceNet right now. The other is Lalique Hommage à l'Homme. and this is, you can only get this in a gift set right now with a shower gel, but it's only like 36 bucks for the 100 ml plus the shower gel. And this is a beautiful, high-class, elegant violet saffron fragrance. Obviously, you know you're getting a quality creation coming from Lalique. Don't remember the perfumer off the top of my head. I think it might have been Kristen Nagel, the in-house perfumer at Hermes right now. But definitely check this one out. I think these two probably, out of all 5 types of ways to spend $100 right now, this is probably the one I would go with personally. Even to get backup bottles of each of these, because I do wear them as signature scents, and you're just going to be getting 2 really great, unique fragrances to cover the year round. This one's great for spring and summer, a little bit more light, and the Guerlain is going to be good for autumn and winter. Okay, so moving on to the third way to spend $100, we're going to take a trip on over to Hawthorne.co, I believe is the website name. So Hawthorne is an independent, kind of like an indie house. You might have seen them advertised on your Facebook newsreel a few times. But they have, I think they have 3 in-house perfumers, maybe 4, but I know they've got Rodrigo Flores Ruz, who's the perfumer for John Varvatos fragrances. They have Olivier Guillotine, which I think did Tobacco Vanille, and Quentin Bish, who I know did a popular fragrance, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. But so if you go over to their website, you used to only be able to take like a personality test, and then they would send you out 2 fragrances based on your personality. But now they've opened up their shop so that way you can individually buy the fragrances that you're looking for. So I've owned quite a few from this fragrance line, but I've given away a few of them to friends. Not because they were low quality. All the ingredients, obviously you have great in-house perfumers there that have had mega hits in the fragrance industry already, and the ingredients they use are very natural, very refreshing. In fact, the friend that I gave some of the Hawthorne scents to said that a lot of the fragrances he uses he ends up getting headaches from, but the Hawthorne scents he has never gotten any type of adverse reaction from. So you can get any 2 fragrances from there. They're going to be $50 each, so it's going to come out to exactly $100, although I think they have a coupon going right now for $15 off if you use Hello15. So that'll be able to get you a little bit more leeway if you're looking to pick up one of the different fragrances. But the 2 I have are woody and aromatic and sophisticated and aromatic. The woody and aromatic is a bit like Bleu de Chanel, but it's leaning more piney and vetiver and soapy. It's beautiful fragrance, monstrous projection, great. It would be a perfect signature scent if you ask me. Works safe. It can be oversprayed though. Like I said, the projection on this is pretty beastly. And then the Play cologne they sent me was sophisticated and aromatic. It is their take on Aventus, and while I personally prefer the smell of actual Aventus, I've gotten more compliments from ladies off of Hawthorne's rendition of the pineapple aromatic. So that's going to be my third recommendation for spending $100 to get some quality fragrances. And then my last 2 are going to be a high-end designer and then a niche fragrance. So for $100 right now, you can get yourself Jazz Club from AuraFragrance. I think they're selling it for like $99 and some change. And if you spend over $69 there, you get free shipping. So you can go ahead and spend $100 and get yourself a high-quality, high-end designer Jazz Club, perfect for the fall. Highly recommend, staple for any collection. Like I said, this is if I wasn't getting a little bit more versatility out of the fragrance net option, I would probably say this would be my number 1 go-to. But if you are looking for something to really carry you through the fall explicitly instead of year-round deal, go ahead and grab Jazz Club or AuraFragrance.com. And finally, the last on my list for how to spend $100 on fragrances is going to be from the House of Imaginary Authors. You'll be able to get a 50 ml from any of their offerings I believe some of them might be less than 95, but I've got Memoirs of a Trespasser is one that I'd recommend for the colder months. I haven't tried Cape Heartache, but that would probably be one that I would be willing to spend some money on next. But this is a beautiful, dusty, vanilla, old library, sweet old library with a little bit of like smoky accents. Probably, I've heard that this is like the best from the house, from multiple people. So if I had to recommend one, because I only have one other of their fragrances, but I have tried a lot of theirs from their sample kits, and this one and Cape Heartache were probably my favorites, even though I don't own a full bottle of Cape Heartache. So yeah, go ahead, maybe check out Imaginary Authors, see what offerings they have that sound appealing to you, and you'll be able to get that free shipping, $95 on their 50 ml offerings. Both of the Hawthorne fragrances are going to be 50 mls each as well, so you'll be getting 100 ml for right around $100. So thanks for joining me today. That's going to be top 5 ways to spend $100 on fragrances. I try to include some hidden gems in here and some fragrances that you might not have in your collection, so that way this video appeals not just to beginners, but seasoned people in the fragrance game as well that might not have any of these in their collection. Particularly the FragranceX list, I think, had a lot of amazing hidden gem fragrances in there. So I appreciate you stopping by. Looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care.